Greetings, mortals. I am Nates, Wanderers of the Underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 354, titled Here. Alright, a pretty generic title, but maybe just a translation thing. Hi, Joe, what are you doing here? Are you here to be a co-host? Alright, not sure what this is a random time to pick to be a co-host, but hell, her co-host she likes to draw you, so I'm going into enjoy being in your company. Or having you be in my company, but whatever you wanna say. Regardless, let's all that matters now is that we get into this chapter and let's do it. Alright, so we first get like a bit of a FUD balloon as we have something all for one has a clear cut weak spot. As then we have Huckster being the one who's explaining this, and like, as you probably already guessed, that mask has some kind of life support built into it. During his escape from Tartarus, he remained hooked up to the life support machines and even took them with him in the footage Stain provided. It's clear that his body can't survive on its own. Then we get a shot of All For One when he first appeared against All Might and the shot of him escaping. And yeah, it's pretty clear. I guess this is one of those times they actually acknowledge the very obvious weak spot from characters. Because let's be real, sometimes there's like an obvious weak spot the characters have, but then they like have for some reason a really hard time figuring it out, or like they seem like they accidentally just hit the weak spot or something like that. So it's kind of nice to finally see like them acknowledge it. So anyways, they were Bash is talking, but I'm sure he knows that better than anyone else. Pointing out, yeah, he knows his weak spot for God's sakes. As then we have Huck saying, yes, he's like, I think gathering his wings or something, and he's like, normally overwhelming him with numbers would be the best course of action, but we also have to take his quirk stealing into account. We cannot afford to have all for one suck the quirks out of our already limited task force. I'm assuming that's probably because a lot of people who have very powerful quirks to break the device would probably be the type of quirks all one would want, and then, steely, and all that. So yeah. Anyways, then we cut to the present, as we see Hawks and All Might going there for attack. We see Endeavor ready to punch the ever-loving shit out of with his flame fists. Literally, seriously, this actually looks like one of his left hand actually looks like it's making a fire fist. I'm not sure if that's actually something that was already before, but for some reason that's how it looks now. As Hawks then going with two of his feathers like blades. Although, but also think this actually seems to just be regular blades. Actually, it looks like he has scabbards right now. And right there we have, I'm assuming Hawks continue with, we'll pack up the maximum amount of power into the smallest group possible and run him into the ground. So I guess everyone there is a small group. So there's a team over there is like a small group, but with a lot of power to back it up. So basically, small but powerful. But is the logic here? And right there for All For One, like standing still, using his middle finger literally to send his wind size at them, as All For One says, "Don't give me the cold shoulder." As then we have referring to the last chapter, then we have Hawks like Endeavor-san, as I'm assuming he's avoiding it. Ligat or something, as they have Endeavor be like, you just shout Endeavor, he screams, Hell, curtain to destroy these wind blades. As then we have a few of Hawks' feathers going through it as they engulf in fire, as it seems like All For One just dodges them effortlessly, as All For One's like, trying to catch me off guard again. And we get a shot where I think is when they first teleported there, when they were trying to destroy his helmet. As there we have All For One saying when there's something weird coming from his fingers or is connected to his fingers, as All For One just says, and you used to call yourself fast, and Hawk appears behind him with, I don't know, some weird gunk. I guess that was supposed to. I guess the weird gunk was supposed to block the two katanas that Hawks has. As Orphan says, not even a recovery girl could help you finally restore your wings. It was only with those pathetic ones that you were able to reach this speed. So it's Hawks has a few of the fake wings that are just bases off of his real wings. And then Hawks be like, a real pain, a real pain sometimes, isn't it? And it's more trying to not trying to fall for All for One's manipulation talk, which is what All for One's doing right now. So I guess then we have I guess Hawks saying here, in order to protect the people fighting down there from the giant shockwave quirk he used to ravage Camino, we need to deal with him in close quarters combat. But if he so much as lays a finger on us, we're done for. So I guess anyone's wondering on how exactly our Hawks and that would be able to fight against All for One. It's literally just they went with the quirks they know and put up the best logical plan they could. So which is basically like a close range but avoid as many attacks as you can to beat him. Anyways, then we have Endeavor going there with Burning Fist! And again, it looks like a Fire Fist. As All for One just uses his black gun quirk to like block Endeavor's fire. As then we see a shot of an angry Enraged Endeavor. As we have Hawk saying, his flames are leaking through. No, actually, that's All for One saying, his flames are leaking through my pressurized flame curtain. I can and reflect this with impact recoil. So again, explaining how his quirks some of them work. As there All for One saying, on top of that, Hawks is ready to shut down any attempt at counterattacking. As they were also saying, what's wrong, Hawks? It seems like you're having a little trouble coordinating your assault. Isn't there feeling a bit off today? As we again send angry Endeavor, as it seems like Overwatch right now is to have the two lose their patience because that's basically what's going to end them very quickly. As there we have Hawks going there for striking distance, as we have it now screaming, don't let up, Hawks! The damage is piling up. His super generation can't keep up. As then we get even more fire sending, as again, All for One just blocks it with his black gun quirk. As then we get a shot of what I feel like is the entire battlefield, and we just see a bunch of random heroes and villains like just clashing amongst each other. As we have All for One saying, take a good look at the ground in Endeavor. Everyone is giving it their all to make sure the operation succeeds. Then we see Mushroom Girl and one of the heroes who I think was there when they were fighting that Hood normal. As Orphan says, everyone from pro heroes to students is fully focused on the battle in the front of them. So why are you the only one whose mind is adrift? Your masterpiece took care of that little failed experiment in your stead, didn't he? Should you be a bit happier? So yeah, I gotta be honest. This is a really. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the official list, but I really love what All for One says here. Basically, he's using that morale boost from the heroes against them. Like, awful. Like that whole speech about how Darby was defeated is basically just is basically used now against them. Like in that, I feel like at that point when that speech was broadcasted by All Might, they just All For One was probably like, wait, did they just give me an easier time to make fun and make Endeavor lose his cool? Did they seriously just do that? So yeah, I like how he's using that little speech against them right here. Anyways, then we have Hawks be like, don't humor his jabs. Remember what happened to All Might in Camino, which is referring to how the that's basically what Ofo does. He makes you riled up with saying something very personal, as then just that anger is used against you. As they're having that, or I'd be like, shut it. And I feel like that was probably that face just be thinking to himself, why did you have to mention this, off Mark? This is clearly gonna be just angering me. Anyways, then we have All For One be like, the truth is, I've always been fascinated by your twisted lust for power. As then we have another going even more fun attack. As then we have All For One explain the backstory that we got a bit for Darby in the when during his battle with Shoto. As All For One says, You see, I can't resist planting seeds whenever I stumble upon fer- fertile, fer- fertile soil. Now, why do you think that? Little Toya's body was never found. As then we see, while he's saying that, we also see like a sort of mountains burning, and we see a close up of Overforman's mask. As then we see a shocked expression by Endeavor, and it's like, what? As then, basically, Overone says in the most indirect way, "Oh, I found Thor was alive. I just thought he would be a very good pawn for me." And then we have Hawks be like, to think that he still had such an awful ace up his sleeve. Basically, all from Endeavor cannot like not respond with anger in this hearing that. And then we have a shot of Endeavor crying, a bit of a flashback with the family moment as Hawks thinks to himself, someone who lives only for atonement can't harden his heart like I can. I knew it. In his current state, it would have been impossible for Endeavor to come out on top against Darby. Which is, I guess, an explanation of why again Endeavor wasn't against Darby because he just couldn't like bring himself to putting the final nail on the coffin basically against Darby, which is a smart choice. Like he never emotionally cannot comprehend like bring him down. As then we have a Hulkback also like that's I why I need to stand by his side. As he realized I have to calm to because calming down because there's no way he cannot let his emotions take control of him basically. As then we have Hulkback, your only duty is now defeating Overon. Keep your cool, Endeavor. Keep it cool as all, and that just completely ignores what Hawk says. He's like, all for one! And he just screams and goes for a fight, but I mean, as he screams, all for one just makes that like a weird mouth, a weird mouth drill thing from his hand that just takes a bit out of Endeavor's side. As all four are just like, got you! Basically, yeah, you lost your crew now, and now you're gonna be much easier to beat this out. Then we see a shot of Endeavor with the pain, which actually kind of looks like he lost an arm here, but he didn't. It's just a weirdly weird shot of Endeavor or Endeavor that makes you think about it. Anyways, then we see Hawks be like, Endeavor! And then we have All for One be like, do you think you can avoid my blast at this distance, Mr. Nagant's replacement? As he, is revealed their plan. Guess he figured out. As then he gets it ready to send out. As then she that shot uh, of Hawks be like, there as all Hawks like, as she looks down, like, knowing how so ill, I will at least carry Endeavor's son into prominent burn range, and this is some of the fellas going there to get Endeavor out, and this is how to kill him. But then, out of nowhere, as Overon sends his attack to blast in Hawks, the Jiro and Tokoyami show up with Jiro using Heartbeat Wall to block All for One's attack. Yes! Let's go! So that's why you're here, Jiro, because you got foreshadowed what happens in this chapter. Oh yes! This is great! Like, I love Jiro, she's my favorite character from Class 1A, so it's great to see her not only being more used in this fight, which is something that she's not usually used in, like in most fights she's just kind of like the reconnaissance gal, but here, she's actually in this fight, and she's probably gonna be fighting against him, and who knows how she's gonna be able, who knows, against all for one, for God's sake. Like, this isn't someone like Spinner, or, like, who would be like Togo or something. Like, this is all for one, people. This guy it could be considered like this guy's pretty much the main villain of My Academia, and she is here in the final fight against him. Man, this is great. Oh, she's Ryan Tokoyami what she's doing, which is also gonna have a hilarious combo here. Like, it's just like there's big massive battle, But then we have a girl with mics in her earlobes, riding a guy with a bird hat, with his shadow as wings. And then we see Hans just looking at it, and all for one again looking up in it. And honestly, I feel like it's like one of the most skull-like shape that his Overone's helmet had, because I'm pretty sure it's usually like depicted like mostly blank. Anyways, then we have Jiro. She's fine to be like a bit nervous, like, "Hey, easy there! Stop shaking so much. I'm not used to flying at all, and I'm barely hanging on. Okay." So just like I am not used to flying, and I'm not even holding on to that well, which is true. Like this is no flight at all, and she's not even and Tokyomi is not exactly the best in terms of flight, and the way she's even doing it is literally just like sitting on top of him while holding the cape. Like that's not that good of a combo. Anyways, then we have Tokoyami just responding with, "Hold it tight, earphone jack. And by the way, I appreciate if you could stop moving your butt so much. I can't focus." As then we have Jiro just like, "Shut up, you idiot." Alright, this is kind of a tension killing scene with Jiro, with this little joke about Jiro sitting on Tokoyami and all. But it's just so kind of, it's kind of, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm biased towards Jiro, but it's kind of just funny how we have this scene. So yeah. Although be careful, Tokuyami, because Minari will kick your ass if he finds out that you had the pleasure of being on top of Jiro or being below Jiro. So yeah. Anyways, then we have Hawks be like, "Toku Tsukuyomi Yomi and that girl from Class 1A." Not even I guess he didn't I guess it does make sense, but he wouldn't know Jiro's name. And then Hawks is like, "Stay away, this is no place for you! You'll die!" As there we are, which is true. Now I'm a bit curious if this means that these two aren't even supposed to have originally been here, or if these two just weren't supposed to be in this battle. The whole not being in this battle at all makes sense, but I'm curious if they weren't even supposed to be on the battlefield. Because, or how do I say this? In open woods, I don't really know if that's like the most beneficial place for Tokoyami in terms of like battle area. Like I would personally put Tokoyami in like a more of like a building that has like heavy shadowing. If you so his dark shadow would be more OP, or like in that type of area, than like this forest basically that's more open. And Jiro, like again, Jiro is not really like the well, again, Jiro is not used that many times in like actual combat. He's just like, we are here, and we leave. So yeah. So yeah, I'm kinda curious about so I'm not really sure what if she was also gonna be there. Maybe it was like a for more of a wide range, like get as many wide range attackers so you deal with this quickly. But still I feel like there are like some other places you could do. Like how I would say where Gigantomachia is, or where Kurogiri is. Well you I think that's UA, if I remember correctly, I'm not really sure. But like those two places would be more where Jill was because of her reconnaissance. Not here, but we'll see. Yeah, on that front. Anyways, we have Tokumen just screaming and ignoring what Hawk says. Like, "I know I'm no Endeavor, but you know I can fight alongside you." So yeah, Tokyo is basically getting ready to say, I may not be as powerful, but I can fight with you against All For One." As they have All For One just being like, "So many flies buzzing around. It reminds me of those comics I used to read. In those stories, psych characters like you were only used to show how strong the Demon Lord truly was." So yeah, he's basically pointing out how these captains are usually used just like a power measuring stick or something. But then we have Jiro just having like a very cool final panel of the chapter, which is, let's be real, completely deserving totally has to be. As we just have Jiro saying, "That's the kind of line Banner said after victory, don't you think? All for one." And she's all confident and ready to fight. And oh, it's such a beautiful panel. I cannot wait to get this panel in this chapter in physical form. Like honestly, I could totally see that once it is the volume that has this panel volume will just have Jiro there, like nothing else. Like maybe it probably will also include this volume will probably also include Shoto versus W and all. But let's be okay, Jiro is the queen here. We need to have her in. But fanboying aside, or simping, or whatever people say at this point, aside for Jiro, we do have to address a few things. That is, well, all for one isn't exactly wrong here, people. Like, Jiro isn't exactly the top here, and while it's always kind of debatable on how much mangakas will kill characters off and how much of a plot armor the main characters have, well, I actually went on Reddit when the spoilers came out. A lot of people like saying, "Oh, they can't kill Class 1A students; they have plot armor and all that," which is in a way true. But you also have to consider that, like, My Hero Academia is gonna is ending soon. Like, I'm guessing it's gonna end a bit in the next year. I don't think the series is gonna end this year. I mean, there's like, I think there's like five. Wait. I mean, June, July, August. Oh, wait, there's like 7 more months, admittedly. But I'm pretty sure August is one of those months that doesn't have many volumes. So I do feel like it's gonna take a bit longer than this year. But still, like, is ending soon, and series with popularity like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man, who like love to kill characters off, and Hakoshi did already go against fans Japan's audience when he made that My Villain Academia arc. So if there was any time to remove the plot armor from students like Jiro, who is, let's be real here, the one who's in the biggest danger right now, as it pick up to stand, like she can't even fucking fly, people. Paul, unfortunately. Like, if I had to pick, this would be a time you do it. And you also have to remember, and also I hear people saying that Jiro's not gonna die because there's no personal connection. Well, one thing, I feel like people just like to shit on the Class 1A when they say that, but I would like to remind you all that if if anyone knows about how Kaminari and Jiro feel about each other, it's Tokoyami. So if she dies, Tokoyami will feel responsible because he, you know, was kind of indirectly involved with the death of his friend's girlfriend. Like, reread the beginning of the previous war arc, and you will see that if there's anyone who knows, it's Tokoyami. And he's coming here in this final battle, and some people's excuse is because there's no one emotionally connected to Jiro, that's why she's not gonna die. But yeah, no, I'm not honest. I doubt it's likely that Jiro will die. Honestly, I could see it going to a more sadistic thing or something more evil, especially since All For One did say that he likes planting seeds where he can, like when he can find good soil. And assuming he found out a backup plan, since let's be real here, that mask thing is a very obvious weakness. We do have to wonder a few things, especially if we get this like fully fleshed out like we got for W versus Shoto. So yeah, all in all, just by the fact that we have Jiro writing Tokoyami fighting against All For One, I gotta give this chapter a 10 out of 10. Like, there's no debate. This is the best chapter in the work so far. Like, I know the Derby and Shoto are very good, but this one's, like, I would say the best. And all in all, I just love it. But now, anyways, those are my thoughts on this chapter. I hope you all leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? How do you think this battle between Jiro or Tokoyami will go with All For One? And all in all, just tell me everything in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.